Hello everyone, we will discuss about different types of plant layout in this video. In my last video, we had already discussed what is layout, what are the different factors that will affect the layout, what are the different principles of layout. So let's start and move forward. There are basically 6 types of layout. Product layout, also known as straight line, process layout, also known as functional layout, fixed layout, also known as static layout, cellular, also known as group layout, combined layout, and service facility layout. So let's start with the process layout. It means grouping together similar machines like drilling machines are kept in the drilling department. All casting machines are kept in the one department called casting department. Similarly, painting related tools or machines are kept in the painting department. So in this type of layout, all machines which are used for the same function are kept in the one department. So different machines doing different work are placed at different places. So material need to be transported from one department to another department. This type of layout is more suitable to the job order. Distance should be very short. While you are designing the layout, you have to keep in mind that here the material will move from one department to another department. So you have to keep the distance between the two departments very less. It should follow the principle of sequence. Proper inspection should be done at all departmental level. It helps in the proper supervision. There is a great scope for expansion in this type of layout. Here, the equipments can be fully utilized. Greater incentives can be given to the employees as all departments are different. Here, we can easily handle if machines get breakdown because we have other machines too. But there are certain disadvantages. In this type of layout, work in progress is very high. Means the semi-finished good or the good in between the machines are accumulated. Movement of material is very high, is very much. So it will cost and it will also lead to the damage to the material sometimes. It require more space and difficulty in the production control. So here the control of the production is little bit difficult. So this is called process or functional layout. Now we will discuss product layout, means straight line layout. Here the machines are arranged in one line called sequence. Input is given to the first machine or feed it on the first machine and output come out on the last machine. Example, sugarcane or bamboo when feed on one machine or the first machine comes out the sugar or paper on the last machine. No point is there where one line crosses the another line. All lines are different. They do not cross each other. All operation assembly, packaging, testing are included in the one line. Mechanization of material handling is done here. Bottlenecks are avoided. Less floor area per unit of production is required in comparison to the process layout. Here the work in progress is reduced. Greater incentive to the group of worker. In process layout, incentives were greater to the individual workers, but here the incentives were greater to the group of workers. Early detection of the mistakes can be done, but certain disadvantages are also there. Like this type of layout is inflexible, very expensive, expansion is difficult, and if one machine get breakdown, the whole line get stopped or material get accumulated. So breakdown creates problem. It is difficult to supervise the product because all inputs are fed on the one machine and output comes out at the last machine. So the process of getting the even loading at every stage is called line balancing. If loading is not equal, then what will happen? One machine will done more work and it will lead to the accumulation of the WIP. So the process of getting even loading should be done, means line balancing should be there. Third layout is combined layout. Both product and process layout is used. Most of the organization use combined layout. No organization or very less organization use pure process or product layout because it will reap the benefit of both process and product layout. So both type of layouts can be used. For example, soap production plant uses product layout for the soap manufacturing, and ancillary services like heating, water treatment, glycerin are arranged in the process layout. So in this way, a factory can reap the benefit of both type of layout. Next layout is a static or fixed or project layout. Here the product size is very large and heavy. Product remains static. Rest all move, like man move, machinery move. Example, construction of dams and shipbuildings. Here the investment on the layout is comparatively small. High cost and difficulty comes in the transportation because you have to transport big machines from one place to another place, because here the final product is static. We all know that when a dam is constructed, then what will happen? People and machineries and material all moves to the place where dam is to be constructed. So here the product is static, and man, material and machinery moves. So there is a difficulty of transportation and it will cost very high. Next type of layout is cellular or group layout. It is very important. It is between the process and the product layout. Neither it is purely process nor it is purely product layout. It is not the combination, but it is between the process and the product layout. Shop floors are divided into, or we can say shop floor is the collection of the cells. Group of machines which are dedicated to the production of a family of part of the product. It requires similar manufacturing requirements. No waiting time, WIP is reduced, visual control is improved, cost is reduced here, improved quality. Example, mixture of metal cutting, electronic assembly, IC manufacturing and testing can be grouped into one cell. It means whenever you are keeping the machines related to the production of the parts of the product, it is called cellular layout. One part is produced, tested at one cell. Then it goes for the assembly to the final product. So this type of arrangement is called cellular or group layout. There are certain disadvantages, like there is no flexibility or less flexibility, increased machine downtime, duplicate pieces of equipments are required. It may be possible that equipment A which is required in the one cell is also required to produce the part B in the other cell. So here the machines or the equipments are required in large number. So the duplicate pieces of the equipments are there. So this is called cellular or group layout. I hope you all are able to understand what is cellular layout. Cellular layout are of different types also, like flexible manufacturing module, flexible manufacturing cell, flexible manufacturing system, flexible manufacturing line. The grouping into the cell enables the performance of the similar type of functions for a group of product. Hence, a shop floor is converted into collection of cells, one for each product. Every cell moves according to its own rhythm, producing the complete product from the scratch. This is called cellular layout. Last one is the service facility layout. Many services exist to bring together customers and services. So, easy entrance should be designed. The area should be large, well organized, and ample lighted parking should be there. Such layouts are used at hospitals, banks, etc. Thank you. I hope